I've been trying to make this YouTube video for a couple of weeks now, and I keep coming back to this unshakable idea that if I can somehow just rewrite it one more time or film it more artistically, that I'll be way happier with the result and it won't be something that I have to come back and redo in the future. But then I started to think about what this video is supposed to be about and how what I'm doing with this video is exactly what I'm about to encourage you not to do with your penmanship. I'm hesitating to get started. One of the things that I consistently hear from would-be penmen is that they want to get started on the right foot. And it makes you wonder, is there a wrong foot? And are there mistakes that we can make as novices that end up sticking with us forever? Over the last 10 years, I've grown and changed a lot about the way that I practice calligraphy. When you're just getting started, you have this vague idea that there's something out there that you're supposed to be practicing, and if you could just find out exactly what that was, you'd be set. But the reality is that it goes way beyond what you need to practice, and it's a lot more about how you need to practice. And that's where penmen are made, I think, in the way that they practice. As you get a lay of the land, you're going to change your opinions about all sorts of things. You'll stop using pens and books and exemplars that you used to use as you get more perspective on what you're trying to do. Your goals will solidify as you start to gain your footing and set up an experience-informed plan about how to accomplish them. And the cool thing is that this all happens really naturally. There's always going to be a desire to avoid backtracking and stuff like this. There's this idyllic narrative of an optimized path, and that feeds into our desire for instant gratification and our apprehension surrounding failure. It's not super fun to fail, but I found that a lot of the things that I'm actually really good at now are born out of the things that I was really bad at for a long time, things that I had to learn my way out of. Some of my first expeditions into teaching myself traditional script were born out of an ignorance for the boundaries of established styles. I was taking things I liked from a bunch of different places and mishmashing them together. The results were non-optimal, but I still learned a lot. I learned things I use to this day. That said, there's a difference between encouraging failure as a means towards learning and all practice is good practice. That's a bit of an oversimplification. It's actually really easy to participate in directionless, automatic practice when it comes to penmanship and calligraphy. The act of writing is pretty natural, and the mind naturally wanders as a result. If your practice isn't seeing those results, and you're not even asking questions about how it can be improved, made more consistent, efficient, or sustainable, you're not setting yourself up for growth or success. It's not enough to just show up and scoot the pen around on the paper. You need to be mentally present in every session and invested in growing the practice muscle as well. If your practice isn't yielding results and you notice it, and you decide to do something about it, you're actually practicing how not to practice. It's through that exploration that you end up knowing what works for you and where you get your best results. This self-knowledge is your practice muscle. It's an intimate understanding of how you learn best, where your natural strengths and weaknesses are, and what you need to do to stay consistent. Some people carry this muscle over from other parts of their life where they are already facing adversity. I'm doing it right now with YouTube from calligraphy, and I did it to calligraphy from parkour. First-hand experience of a behavior that fails to achieve your goals teaches you to catch that behavior when it's happening and make corrections along the way. Years from now, you're able to look back on the question, why do you do it this way? And speak from experience about how you came to the decisions that you have. It's an imperfect process, and the results are going to be different for almost everyone, but I don't think that needs to scare any of us away from getting started. That's the first step to improving your penmanship, is to get started. There's no right foot, and there's no wrong foot. There's just the first step. I'll see you guys in the next one. All YouTube stuff.